I can't believe you made us split the bill.
Why do you think that I should
Okay,
pay
but
for
you asked me out.
I know.
QTube, what's going on? You guys are tuned in for another dosage of Q-Pill, and in this dose right here, we're going to be reacting to a video of a guy who asked his Tinder date out on a date and then asked her to split the bill with him. But before we react to it, you guys already know the drill. Like, share, subscribe, turn on your notifications, and share my content with your family, friends, colleagues, and peers so that they can all get a dose of the Q-Pill as well. Without further ado, let's get a dose of this shit.
Tinder date was not that she had to split the bill.
Well, what'd you say?
Why are we splitting the bill?
Well, I mean, it's our first date, so I thought we should maybe go half.
I can't believe you made us split the bill.
I mean, you ordered an appetizer that I didn't even touch. Why do you think that I should
Okay,
pay
but
for it?
you asked me out.
I know, but you ordered something
You
that I
asked
did.
me out.
Alright, I'll just take you home and... Alright, see ya. Hello? Hello? See ya.
Bye.
Now, y'all saw the video right there. I have no idea when this who should pay for the first date topic became such a hot and controversial ordeal, but it's pretty simple to me. First of all, the guy's first mistake was asking a woman out from Tinder. I don't know what it is with these dating apps and people feeling like they can find an actual healthy relationship on a dating app. Most men are on these dating apps because they're looking for a quick fuck, and most women are trying to find their happy ever after and eternal love from a Disney fairy tale, some Fantasyland bullshit on dating apps. That's the number one thing. People actually go on dates on Tinder. That's amusing to me. I don't have Tinder. There are a couple fake profiles of me on Tinder, on Bumble, and whatever other dating apps y'all use. Plenty of Fish is one that I've heard. But I'm not on dating apps, and if I'm on a dating app, I'm damn sure not going to ask a woman, do she want to go out from a dating app? But this whole dilemma about who should pay for the first date. Well, the answer is quite simple, and I don't understand why these videos keep going viral, and we're discussing such an easy phenomenon to understand who should do what. The person who asks the individual out on the date is the person who should pay for the date. I don't care what the circumstances or the situation is. If you're a guy and you ask a woman on a date, you should be the one paying for the date. You asked her. Man the fuck up. Don't ask a woman on a date if you're not prepared to pay. And to a lesser extent, it's a more rare occurrence. As a woman, if you ask a man on a date, then I would say you probably should be prepared to pay on a date as well, seeing as how you're the one who initiated it. I've been on several dates where women asked me out and they paid for the date. I just went on a date a couple weeks ago, and it was to a nice little ramen joint in Manhattan. And the girl that I was with said she would cover the bill, and she covered it all. It was a $75 bill. And I was generous enough, I left the tip. But she covered it because it was her idea. We was out at the museum. We had a beautiful day. I paid for the museum. I paid for our tickets. I paid for the parking. And then while we were at the museum, she said, "Are you hungry?" I said, "Yeah, I could eat." And she said, "Fine, I'll treat. Let's go here." And I said, "That's fine with me." Y'all struggle with relationships because y'all don't date. Y'all don't get women. Y'all aren't desirable. So y'all do the stupidest stuff trying to conform to what you think social media says you should do. Just listening to this rhetoric about what type of guy you should be and how you should stand on your principles and everything. All of that is fine. But if you're going to ask a woman, does she want to go out on a date? It's really simple. You pay for the date. Even if you don't touch the appetizer, you still pay for the date. Y'all are not going out as friends. And I understand if some of you maybe want to gauge if she's trying to get a free meal out of you, but Sometimes as a guy, those are the things you should be least concerned with, especially if you ask her out on a date and you take her to somewhere where the bill is not going to be super expensive and there's not an extravagant menu with an abundance of options that would have you paying $300-400 on a first date. You take her somewhere simple. And I know y'all say, oh, Q, what about the women who say they don't want to go somewhere simple? Well, then that tells you right there that the woman is not genuinely interested in you, because I'm telling you right now, there's not a list of places that a woman who's genuinely interested in you wouldn't be interested in going with you on a first date. A woman who actually likes you and wants to sit down and get to know you will go anywhere you want her to go on the first date, as long as she gets to spend time with you. Those are the perks of having a woman who genuinely desires you. She'll go anywhere with you and do anything with you, because the fact that she has a powerful attraction to you will be what she focuses on the date, not where you guys are. I don't recommend going out to eat as first dates anyway. It's nothing but an interrogation setup. Just going to sit across from each other, have some dumbass, boring conversation, ask each other questions that you're not really going to be listening to, that you're not going to utilize if you guys do progress further, and it's just going to feel awkward. You should go somewhere where you can actually engage with one another, make each other laugh, smile, give them an emotional experience. That is the whole goal of dating a woman, is to give her an emotional experience, because women run off their emotions. You're supposed to provide them with a feeling that other men don't provide them with. You're supposed to make yourself memorable and make her want to see you again. That's the whole point. You ask the person out on the first date, you should pay. The first date I went on with the last girlfriend I had, she paid for that date as well. She asked me, did I want to go somewhere? That was back when I was in college, and she hit me up in my DM. We talked on campus before she hit me up in my DM, and she asked me, hey, you want to go here? You want to go grab lunch here? And I said, sure. And that was our first date. And you know what? She paid, and there was no issue. I've never been with a woman who had an issue with paying on a first date if she asked me out on the first date. Now, I will say this is extremely rare. This has only happened a handful of times. But every time I've asked a woman out on a date, I pay for that date. I've never asked a woman to go half on a first date. Never. And I never will. Because for one, we're not going to really go to a food place. We're going to go somewhere where we can interact. But if we do go grab some food, it's not going to be a super expensive place to where I can't cover the bill, and I'm not prepared to cover the bill if she's going to eat. All of this goes into preparation when dating somebody. And these are things that women use to assess if you're a competent partner or not, or if you will be a potentially competent partner. This was an extremely bad look on his behalf to ask a woman out from Tinder and then get on a date and then ask her to split the bill because she ordered an appetizer that he didn't eat. What type of loser shit is that? And then you guys wonder why y'all struggle getting women. Quite honestly, this shouldn't be something that you want to do. You shouldn't want to split a bill with a woman that you ask out on a date. When people like each other, they're open to doing things that demonstrate that they like each other. They don't try to abide by this list of unwritten rules of what determines if you're alpha. Setting boundaries that you want to let her know off rip she can't cross. Those things are supposed to be established within the flow, within the organic fabric of you developing a relationship. Those conversations are not supposed to be had overtly. There's supposed to be things that come up in the situation when it's mentioned, and it's supposed to be done in a respectful and charismatic manner. This woman will probably never go out with this guy again, and he's acting like he can't understand what he did wrong. And if you think like this guy, you probably struggle with women, because as a guy, there's a certain level of chivalry that you do have, that you do have to exemplify. And it should be nothing. It shouldn't be that deep. It's not that deep for me to cover a bill on a date that I ask a woman on. It's not deep at all. That's something that I intrinsically believe that a man should do, because you asked her. You offered her this opportunity to get to know you, and you want to leave a good first impression. Under the presumption that she already likes you enough, you want her to see you again. I'm concerned that this era of dating is also a reflection of the low quality men that are in the dating pool that is contributing to the difficulty of women finding a quality mate. Because men are out here doing stupid shit like this. You're going to ask a woman on a date, pay for the date. If you don't want to, you disagree with it, you're going to struggle with women. I don't give a shit one way or another. More women for me. Well, what do you guys think? Who do you think should pay on the first date? Leave your comments below. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm Suave Q, aka the Q Pill. I'll catch you guys on the next dosage of Q Pill. Over and out.